Okay, let's start self-love part 2. Self-love part 1 was very small. I don't know, maybe 10-20 minutes. I don't know. Let's see this one. Hey. Oh, hello. I almost thought you weren't coming today. Well, yeah, well, lunch is already more than halfway over. Natsuki had typically been meeting Yuri in the stairwell much earlier, since it had been a good way of dodging her friends while she didn't feel like seeing them. Today she is holding a large plastic container in both hands. Ran into my friends, so I hung out with them for a while. Is that so? Yeah. I was in a good mood today, so I figured I should. I haven't seen them in a while, which I had to come up with an excuse for, but I expected that. Plus, I have way more of these than I know what to do with, so I figured I would share with them too. He sits down, Natsuki opens the lid of a container. You made cupcakes? You know it. It's been a while at this point, so I figured out it was about time again. You can take one if you want. Yuri takes a cupcake and carefully twirls it between her finger. It's brown with dark green frosting immaculately shaped into a floral pattern topped with some kind of glittery powder. How pretty. I just ate, so I may not be able to finish it. Are they for the club? Yeah, I guess so. I didn't really think about it, I just made them. I just thought that because green is Monica's favorite color, right? Well, yeah, that's not really. Yuri takes a small bite. This is a green tea flavored. I love green tea. Oh, do you? Oh, it's just a random idea I wanted to try, so. Don't laugh at me. I'm not. I just felt happy. Oh, sorry. Usually when... Never mind. What I mean is that I'm glad people are laughing at it normally. Sorry for saying dumb things again. I just wanted to do something nice. And this is something I happen to be good at. I do know that you like them for past experience. Yuri turns red, recalling the time that she treats herself rather generously to Natsuki's cupcakes. Ironically, mouth is too full of cupcake for her to stammer an excuse. She just settles down for a disapproving look. How do you get into baking? Oh, well, I don't know. It kind of just always appealed to me. Well, a few years ago, I read this one manga with a lot of baking, so I got like super into it for a while. I was probably making stuff almost every day. But it's something that I always knew I liked anyway. It's like baking is like art, but when you get good at it, it gets more delicious too. I'm struggling to imagine myself putting my heart into something so artistic, knowing that it would just be eaten afterwards. Yeah, maybe you're too practical for it. I think I prefer to be on the receiving end. That's my favorite part about it. It's something that I can do that makes a lot of people happy, like unconditionally. Everyone is always so thankful, and that moment you get to be like the bringer of joy. I don't know, just makes me feel valued. Yeah, I guess that. So you were able to make up with your friends today? There wasn't really anything to make up with them about. We weren't fighting or anything. You weren't? Maybe I misunderstood. This only turns into a fight if I lose my cool, and that's just unnecessary drama. It only makes things worse. So they're not going to stop? I mean, it only happens sometimes anyways. It's just the way they are. I'm the only one who ever has a problem with it. It's not worth it. Especially since I have somewhere to go now when I don't feel like hanging out with them. Oh, I see. The cupcake's empty foil wrapper audibly crinkles as Yuri clenches a fist. I'm glad this situation is resolved. And that you don't have to avoid them anymore. Yeah, me too. And I don't have to bother you during your alone time anymore. I'm sure you have a lot of reading to catch up on. Yeah. I know that the cupcakes are basically nothing compared to all the stuff you've done for me. It's the best I can do. So you can have the rest of them. Natsuki grabs the box, slides it over to Yuri's feet. Yuri stares at the box, then she shakes her head and slides them back. You save them for your other friends. But I made them for you. Natsuki's voice whines as she protests. I know. And I like them very much, exactly as you thought. You succeeded, but I know you care about making your other friends happy too. And if this is the way you know how to make that happen, then I'm not going to take it from you. No, they were for making you happy. You made me happy. You're worth more than the cupcakes. What? You're worth more than cupcakes to some people, and that's why they want to spend time with you and be your friends. Without warning, tears pour from Natsuki's eyes. She pulls her knees to her chest, starts sobbing. These bitches, holy shit, like holy shit, like holy fucking shit. You've seen that fucking scene from Death Note where Misa for the first time goes like near Light Yagumi's house. He's walking on the streets and she jumps on him, and he's like, for the first time in my life, I've been like provoked to hit a woman or something like that. It's kind of like that. Like holy shit, I could not handle people like these around me like at all. Like it's understandable to be sensitive and like emotional every now and then, and even that is too much, but that's fine at least. But like this is ridiculous. He pulls her knees to her chest and starts sobbing into her arms. Natsuki, I'm such a bad person. Yuri stammers, feeling panicked. I didn't mean to say anything bad. Natsuki shakes her head, wipes her eyes. You didn't. Natsuki tries to choke back her sobs, but struggles to speak through them. I really hate myself sometimes. It feels so wrong when you say those nice things to me. Like I don't deserve it. I'm sorry. No, I am. It's so difficult. I'm so difficult, and you can't think of even a single thing about myself that somebody would like. And I hated myself for bothering you during lunch. I just thought it was my chance to be a good person, like be nice and do the things you wrote about in the letter. I knew if I tried in the club, Sari and Monica would be super annoying and make a huge deal out of it. You know, I think a lot of those negative things too about myself. I never felt like a good person. I always scrutinize everything I say, and later I feel like I said all the wrong things. I never say I'm a good person. I'm not gonna say I'm a bad dude, but like I've never in my life have considered myself a good person, like not even for a fucking second. Let her feel like I said all the wrong things. I just spent so much time thinking about myself, hating myself, and feeling like everyone else must hate me too. So I understand some of that through my own experience, and that's why I wanted to write the letter and express my feelings. It pained me to see those things in someone else that I saw in myself. Natsuki sniffles, and Yuri rustles through her bag and pulls out some tissues, then hands them to Natsuki. Monica told me that it takes a good person to reflect on those things. The desire to improve yourself that makes you a good person, so don't worry so much. Also, there are things about you that people would like, so... Like what? Like how you're fun for people to be around, and you're not shy, and you know how to make people laugh, and you're very passionate about things, you know how to take the lead. You care a lot about other people and just a lot of things. Oh. Well, now you're making me feel really embarrassed. Well, you're the one who asked, and don't you think I feel embarrassed? Natsuki tries to hide a smile, then she sighs as it fades away again. Every time I come here, I always think it's the last time, but then I keep coming back for some reason. Is that bad? That's really confusing. I mean, my friends and I go way back, so ditching them all the time feels like, I don't know. Feels like what? Natsuki's voice gets quiet. Maybe I'm scared that they'll get mad at me. I really don't know what to do. She pauses. Yuri stares into the distance, tracing her eyes along the patterns of the floor tiles while she thinks to herself. What would you do, hypothetically, if your friends were happy for you instead of mad at you? Happy for what? Happy that your new club is making you happy? Well, that's just not fair, hypothetically. Natsuki says that, but with little confidence in her voice. I always told myself that I don't rely on the approval of others to be happy. I still feel that way, but I'm spending time with people who put me down whenever I don't have their approval. What is happening? Does she not want to be friends with those people? Like, God, like holy shit, dude. Like, me and my friends, like, we used to berate each other every single time. I mean, I've talked about this recently, so I'm not gonna get into it too much. But that doesn't mean, like, I hate them. They're still pretty fucking chill people. We fucking make fun of each other all the fucking time. So I don't know what the fuck is the big deal. Like, there's a lot of things that I like that my friends are like, whoa, dude, the fuck? That's fucking gross. Or, like, that's fucked up, or this and that. And I'm like, oh, who cares? I don't have their approval. That's probably what makes me feel so confused, because I'm threading out of the things that should make me happy. But so no matter what, it's like I'm always unhappy to be happy. It's making my head hurt. That makes it really difficult to feel uncomfortable with yourself, being made to feel like you're wrong just for being the person you are. It really goes against everything I believe in, doesn't it? It goes against the kind of person I want to be. I'm fed up with it. I'm fed up with a lot of things. Natsuki presses her palms into her forehead and shakes her head. I know what's best for me, but I keep convincing myself out of it. So much easier to be comfortably unhappy than it is to do something so scary. To do what? You know, to end it. With them? Natsuki nods. I don't think you were actively considering that as an option. I wasn't until recently. How do you end a friendship, by the way? I mean, except for, like, you know, you both go their own separate way, like after school or something, like you get put in different classes or something like that. How do you actively end a friendship? What do you go to your friend like, dude, you are no longer my friend? I don't know how you actively end a friendship. I've never done that in my life. So I have no idea. Like, you passively end friendships, but actively ending a friendship sounds weird. Like, I've never even heard of that. Wasn't really until recently. It's just one of those things where, like, it's been a certain way for so long that you get used to it. Like, so much of you have gone into it, so much that it feels like this is how your life is, and throwing it away is like throwing away such a big part of your life. It makes me feel sick to think about. Natsuki sighs. It's just really scary. It's terrifying. What are you scared of? I don't know, a lot of things, like being alone, not having anyone to hang out to or talk to, not being able to replace what I have with them, and I don't want them to hate me. I'm scared they'll hurt me for going against them. Physically? No, not physically. But Yuri clenches her fist. Natsuki, what? If anyone even thinks to cause you harm, I will unleash hell upon them. What the fuck does that even mean? Natsuki snorts and laughter. Don't laugh at me. Sorry, I was just... What the fuck? Who says that? I will unleash hell upon thee. I mean, if you're actually capable of doing that, then it's not funny. That's actually scary. But if you're not... This is cool, girl. Like, it's kind of weird. I'm gonna unleash hell upon thee. I like that. That's all. Oh, well, I meant it. I know you did. Natsuki gives Yuri an endearing look. I needed it. I mean, all the 4 girls in this club, they should just fuck at this point. Just get into a massive snake pit lesbian orgy at this point. Because the sensitivity on these bitches is 100 max. Like, holy fucking shit. Fuck off with all this. As the conversation lapses again, slides her box of cupcakes over to Yuri. Just take them, okay? I don't want other people to have them anymore. Are you sure? Natsuki nods. I'm sure. I will then. I will enjoy them. Natsuki looks away, but a feeling of warmth spread up through her. She holds on to that feeling, knowing it will give her courage. Oh, more. Are you here first today? And you bought reading material? Natsuki is sitting in her usual spot, this time holding a volume of manga, while her lunch sits beside her. Yuri sits down as well, opens her own book. Sucks when a good series has to come to an end. It's like such a big part of your life, then one day there's just nothing left. It makes you feel so empty. Unfortunately, I'm about to experience that myself. I'm on the last book of the series. That sucks. But there's also something satisfying about letting a story conclude. I don't know if I'd want to go for it to go on forever. Maybe. There's some things that I wish I could. On the other hand, have you ever read something that overstayed its welcome? Yeah, definitely. I can think of at least one thing I've read that got pretty unbearable like halfway through, and the ending really sucked. Oh yeah, that happens a lot. I think I know someone who recently told me that there's this show called Domestic Girlfriend, and he told me that the story was great because it had like a story about a guy who likes his teacher, and who the teacher is and then interested in a married dude, and the teacher's sister, who the main guy does not know is the sister of, fucks with the main character, and then the sister goes to the teacher and says like, you're ruining a marriage, and the teacher breaks up with her teacher, and then the main character fucks with the teacher, and then it's a bunch of bullshit. Like it came up with a whole lot of complex story, right? And then you would think that that's really good and everyone was like on board with that, but then the manga apparently was extremely convoluted, and it ended on a very weird note. Then even I was like, that's kind of weird. That's like even weirder than some dojins I've fucking read. So yeah, it does happen a lot where some stories get ape shit. Especially like Game of Thrones last season, that sucked ass. Like the last season was so bad. Tokyo Ghoul season 4, while the concept was really good, the animation sucked ass. Like a lot of shit does just suck ass every now and then. Like fucking, what is it called? High School DxD season 4, I think. The one there changed the animation studio and got that cutesy animation studio, and it just completely switched the feeling of the story, the dark essence of the story just got thrown away. I can think of at least one thing I've read that got pretty unbearable like halfway through and the ending really sucked. So it sucks when something good has to end, but it also sucks when they just keep inventing more plot until you don't like it anymore. I guess it sucks either way. Well, that's the nature of all things. They come to an end. The two fall silent. They slowly eat while making their way through their respective reading material, except Natsuki, that doesn't seem to be touching her food at all. You don't go out during weekends, right? Excuse me? With like friends at mall or downtown, whatever. I'm not a total shut-in, you know. Oh, my bad for making assumptions. Well, I'm sure I go out less often than other people like you and the other people in the club. No, I'm a total shut-in. I barely ever... Like, I go outside, but it's not like never to hang out. It's like I'd need to get some stuff or like get some shit done. Then I would go outside. Like, for roaming around and stuff like that. Especially with my friends, I've never gone out. Some other people I know, rarely. And even then there's like a specific goal in mind. Half the time I never really just like to wander out, I suppose. I'm sure I go out less often than other people like you and the others in the club. I don't really meet with friends and arbitrarily spend time with them. I usually meet with my board game group. Board game group doesn't matter. It's just more nerdy stuff.